His hands shake as he takes out the wrap, but he's unable to get the lighter to ignite. He swears and spots a large green recycling bin and climbs inside to keep warm, away from the wind. It doesn't take long before bubbles appear and the powder turns to liquid. His mouth dries in anticipation and he ties a strap around his arm and searches for a vein. It's hard to spot one that isn't raw and inflamed. He slides the needle into his wrist, feels a sharp scratch and then the sensation of growing wings, closes his eyes as the drug lifts him, his body numb to the world. He sinks down amongst the empty milk cartons and newspapers. Maybe he could be a good dad. Heart racing, searing heat, he feels sick. Bile rising in his throat, choking, gagging, fighting for air. Maggie pulls back on the lead. Misty always races too far ahead, so keen and full of energy. There's no way she's going to walk all the way around the block this morning. It's too cold. She takes a shortcut through the alley. She tries to remember a time when she'd felt as full of life as Misty, but maybe she never had. She takes a long drag on a cigarette, ignoring the pain in her fingers as she inhales again. There it is, that tingling sensation in her head, then her whole body, and a slight wave of nausea, but it's pleasant. Taking another drag, she thinks of the mounting bills that she's given up opening. Misty starts barking. Maggie pulls on the leash again, but Misty resists. Bloody dog. She'd insisted on keeping her as part of the separation, but only out of spite. She marched forward to pick him up, but stumbled in the white slush. As she bent down, she heard a gurgling noises inside the bin. Peering inside, she saw a slumped male, a trail of vomit down his t-shirt, a wheezy, rattling breath every few seconds. She recoiled at the smell. The sight of his bare, purplish feet, blistered with the cold, seared into her mind. She dials for an ambulance, her fingers almost too cold to register on the screen. She lights another cigarette. The paramedics arrive, scoop him up as if he was just a bag of trash. He's got a pulse. Can't get a vein, though. Misty takes one sniff of the bin before they leave. A detective comes to take her statement. Can I get you a drink? Yes, coffee, strong and black, please. He explains that Jimmy's still in a coma, the 13th this month. The streets flooded with a new type of heroin, the falling, cut with a horse tranquilizer. Even seasoned addicts overdose on small amounts. The detective slaps his coffee, his mind still hazy from too much whiskey the night before, reading his divorce papers. Do you mind if I smoke? He asks. Oh no, I gave it months ago. I'd prefer if you didn't. Her teenage daughter looked up from her homework. Checking his notes, he flicks through the papers and looks at Maggie. But weren't you? She stands up. I think that's enough, officer. I hope the poor boy survives. He slurps his coffee and puts away his notebook. The less paperwork, the better. Thanks for listening. I was playing with lots of different ideas of addiction, as you can probably tell. In the original version, poor Jimmy died, but I thought that was a bit cruel.